Well, if you follow my channel, you will know that I live around 5 lakes in Michigan. 5 lakes, and I have no boat. Doesn't make any sense, does it? I need a pontoon boat. I really don't need a boat. What am I thinking? I need a friend with a boat. I got a friend with a pool. I got a friend that's a mechanic. I got a friend that's a banker. I got a friend that's an IT guy. I got a friend that's a chef. I mean, I just need a friend with a boat. And the reason that I'm talking about this stupid thing is I want to know, if you buy a new Harley Davidson, is it like a boat? You're just throwing your money away. Well, yep, by now you'll know that I am on Pearl, my 2024 Road Glide. And for those of you that have reached out and said, dude, we love your new bike, but where's the king? That's right, I have a 2000 Road King Classic if you're new to the channel, and welcome to the craziness of BoDean 52. I will be out on the king this weekend. He's a little bit temperamental when it's chilly, so the weather is finally good enough for me to fire that boy up, and I'm excited about it. But yes, buying a 2024 Road Glide after having a 2021 Road Glide Limited that is all built up does not make any sense. As a guy I work with says, you're in the common man theory. That is the common idea that it makes no sense. Why are you doing that? And are we just throwing money away when we buy a new motorcycle, especially if we have a used bike that works just fine? In my opinion, the answer is hell yes. Yeah, it's like a boat. What are we doing now? Get a little more excitement out of I love this bike. A little more focus, BoDean, focus. A little more excitement for sure of riding this than I would being in a boat. But I got to tell you what, from an investment standpoint, you know what? I don't care. I'm just happy to have this. I really don't care. But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, I've talked about this on other videos about which one of these should I buy? Or should I buy another one at all? And if I'm buying one, am I going to have to just rebuild the whole damn thing and spend even more money? Now, for those of you that follow the channel that don't have Harleys, and you're going to say, buy a Goldwing, dude, or buy this or buy that. I get it. People have been preaching to me for years. But you know what? We're Harley people, and, well, we like what we like, and maybe we're not, always the smartest economical decision makers, but we know what we're getting into. But at least on this bike, I am not going to have to change the bars out, which is an expense for sure, because the new bars, I got these turned up into mini apes already. Can adjust these things. It's amazing. And it has a 117 in it with a bunch of torque and horsepower, 100 pounds lighter than I'm used to, so I don't need to do anything to the motor. Trust me. Really, I'm not going to. I'm telling you. But there are some things that I am going to spend some money on this bike, and it just makes me think, is it really smart? And I'll tell you what, I went back and forth a million times before I bought this bike going, dude, what are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? As a matter of fact, when I went over to test ride it, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. And so far, I have zero regrets. Other than my favorite dealership, Capital Harley-Davidson. They have this video out on their Facebook page where they have different places and, come in. And I think the video is actually, I like a street glide or I like a road glide. And they're just going back and forth with different employees. And, of course, one of the dudes sitting next to my bike, I'm sorry, my old bike, Duchess, and that was just wrong. So I actually plan on reaching out to the owner saying, can you take that down because it's making me sad? If I could only collect Seek Detour, I'm thinking I am not going to go that way. What do you guys think? But it's like, man, you got to have some regret, don't you, dude? you gotta have some regret, right? I actually don't. I don't have any regret buying this bike, and I just wonder does it make a whole lot of sense? And I get Adam Sandoval, buy the damn bike, right? Yeah, I don't know if you know, but like 30% of the people that just bought the damn bike on that advice are now bankrupt. No, I'm just kidding. You got to be smart. I like to think I am that, but definitely wouldn't have spent as much money if I would have kept my bike as is. But I am really happy that I did it. And, it's funny, a lot of people, and we talk a lot about this on the channel, because I do have a 2000 Road King Classic in addition to this bike, is I'm fortunate to have a new bike and an old bike. And a lot of, I don't want to say old-timers, but old-timers going, dude, all the technology and shit, that's ridiculous. I can't take that. It's going to break. It's going to go, yeah, you don't need all that crap. And I get it, because there are times, especially when I ride my Road King, doggy. By the way, those that had asked, my 6.5-week-old Chocolate Lab Harley is doing fantastic after we made sure that she wasn't going to make any babies, because she's one good-looking dog right here. Look, check her out. And all the male dogs have been snooping around my house. It's like a teenage daughter. It's like, get the hell away from my kid. Where was I? Focus, BoDean, focus. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I have this issue. I really don't plan these videos out. I just kind of go out and start talking. And the time to lose focus on stuff like, squirrel, I don't know. I'm a little whacked out. I'm a man-child is what I really am. But going back to, I did a little survey that said, if money was not an option, would you buy a new bike or an old bike? Matter of fact, I'm going to put the results up right here somewhere. And if I recall, there were 350 people that voted on it. And 51% said new and 49% said old. I don't know what to make of that, but that surprised the heck out of me. I don't know if it does you or not, but man, it is a surprise to me. And I will tell you that in my mind, again, when I am riding this bike, I just am infatuated with it for multiple reasons. And I will do a fuller review on this bike. But when I get on my 2000 Road King Classic, that bike's pretty special. And I love being out with no phones, no radio, none of that stuff, and just really enjoying the ride and the rumble of that bike. But man, it is hard when somebody says, which would you buy if money didn't matter? I guess maybe I would buy a new bike. But money does matter. So if you're thinking about buying a bike, and I have a lot of people that have reached out to me that says, hey, I'm trying to get my first bike, or I'm thinking about buying a used bike. What do you suggest? And I would tell you, be smart. Don't go buy a new bike, especially if you're just getting going. Buy a great used bike. You can find many of them. You can learn. Isn't that beautiful? You can learn how to wrench on it. You can take it to a mechanic. Don't be afraid to buy an older bike, especially if that makes the best sense for you and your family and your financial situation. But I will tell you, they can be like boats. And if you want to throw some money into them, you probably will be happy about it. But trust me, you'll remember it. And anybody that does not ride a Harley will let you know. Guaranteed. Based on that, folks, I appreciate you checking in. Do me a favor, if you live in Michigan and have a boat, I'm open this weekend. Just give me a buzz. Be safe out there. Check in a friend, folks. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.